afternoon. Um, Thanks for joining in. Um, See some eyeballs over there. If this is not something for the kids today, you might want to keep them away. Um, so anyway, see some eyes over there just trickling. Let me know who's here, and then we can get it started. So my goal today is I'm not gonna be taking questions about building, that kind of stuff, but it's just things, questions related to stuff that is going in Ghana. I think it's a fair game, and then we're gonna take it from there. And then if you're an African American, you might want to stay for this. I have something for you regarding what is going on in Ghana as well. So let me know if you can hear the sound, because I want to make sure um, I'm heard loud and clear. Um, so let me see who's here. Shiria, thank you. Eric, Hajia, thank you. Kwame Salif, thank you. Is this week is crazy. Sly Martin, thank you. Lady So, thank you for joining. Today is gonna be unusual, but I try to stay away from certain things and talk about certain issues on my other channel, the Rabo podcast. But and then keep this authentic, more authentically about the building process. But you know, I needed to discuss this here because that's where most of you guys are. Anyway, so those who just joining, if the kids are listening this video, please keep them away, um, because it's going to be a little bit heavy. Okay, I'm going to post the link as well. If some of you want to join, then we'll take it from there. But I'll start anyway. So maybe some of you have heard this or not. There was an incident in Kasoa a week from today, Saturday. Boy was brutally murdered, by people that they know. At least one of the perpetrators was known to the family, and it was just devastated. The way what they did to him. I mean, you don't even uh, kill an animal, like that. Um, and so the family, obviously grieving. The father just came within a few hours. His son is his life is gone like that. And those people were caught in the act. Um, Supposedly they are teenagers. They're not teenagers. We're gonna figure it out. Um, and the father prevented people from killing those two guys at that time. I live in Kasoa. I know how it goes down over there. So they've taken to the police station. Parents, want justice. They're asking for at least life imprisonment, which I think is fair because of the premeditation of the violence, um, of what they did to a 10-year-old who will be 11 this month, May. May he will be 11. Um, I reach out to the parents a little bit, you know, um, talk to the dad, told him like we'll talk in a couple of weeks, because right now, they just bury, their last born Thursday, and so it's very very difficult. It's very very hard to process these things, and to be like a human being and not really say something. And so you hear things, people Kasoa this, Kasoa that. And I'm gonna tell you, you know, what is going on in Kasoa, right? If you're in Nima, Mamubi, Fadama, in those places, you might relate. I love Kasoa for the sense that there's diversity. You can hear every language over there, and so I love the place. But you also get to see the desperation, the neglect, the unemployment, the abuse of a system which is failing the people. You get to see that in there. And when you have unemployment, hopelessness, desperation, you're gonna have violence. It's just that's the way it is. And the thing is, we have to. I've had to examine Ghana under electron microscope with the highest magnification. And what I find, we have to be authentic. We have to be serious about these things, because I'm gonna tell you, Ghana is not for most of you. It's not. You better really prepare for this thing. You really, really got to prepare for these things. Listen, young ladies in Ghana now, you come to Kasoa, you see 13, 14 years prostitution. Not because they want to, but it's because there's a system which is creating that environment. You see young boys, 14, 15, they will kill you. Those boys have no hope, right? Listen, is you see that, and don't play. Don't play. Ghana is not what we left it out it is. Don't play. I live there. When I go, I listen. There are people in Kasoa, they have never come to airport. When you bring them to airport residential, they think it's a whole different country. That is the disparity of the poverty. That is the disparity of the poverty. And people, it is easy to live in outside the city and look out over there and say, man, those people, they animals. It's not, because one of these days we're gonna redistribute the pain to airport residential. Gonna bring it to cantonment, Osu, Laboni, North Roman Reach, East Legon, West Legon. That pain, Joe, that pain will be transferred over there, and then maybe people will see that there's a people who are so desperate that they will take a life without any thoughts. You have young girls that will sleep around for 10 Ghana. For 10 Ghana. Like $2. Okay? And it's easy when you don't live there, you don't get to see this thing. So it's easy to cast the cast judgment. And I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. If you live in outside in quote unquote, safe neighborhood, you better thank people in Kaswa, because if someday Ghana is at a crossroad, I know your YouTuber is not gonna tell you that. Ghana is at you better if you remove your emotions and you start looking at it and being authentic and genuine, you see that there's underlying erosion of a lot of things. Poor education, unemployment, the radio, the television, the filth. Okay? And we gotta be honest about these things. Do you know what most Ghanaian women are doing to earn a living? Do you know what they are doing? Okay, we is we have lost entire generation of women, young women, and the young boys. And some of you, your security and your money ain't long enough to deal with this stuff. You can watch all the videos. Move to Ghana is great. You can take that, but I'm gonna tell you. So to paint the picture for you, Ghana is a beautiful lake. You can sit around with a chair and see the sunrise. What am I telling you? That lake has alligator in it. So you better really, really think about these things because it's easy to say over there. Because trust me, something is going on for 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 two guys to lure 10-year-old boy, smash his head on the ground with cement blocks so they can, because they saw something on television, which somebody was promoting that they can get quick money. That's what they are saying. And they made a phone call. They were told, if you bring a human body and 5,000 CDs, we do this. And it took somebody they know. Somebody they know. They go to the house and eat in the house. And you think if you're in Ghana, you have kids that are going to school. You think the desperation of their friends. You know the desperation of your friends, and they did that. And guess what? Our president, Nana Akufo-Addo, hasn't said anything, as far as I know. Maybe he's made a statement today. He hasn't, right? He hasn't. When Prince Charles died, Prince Philip died. When is it? April 9th. He made a comment to your colonizer, right? He made a comment. Talk about his sympathy. But the family, as far as I know, we know MPP. Some politicians have gone there. I got some of them on video going to the house. So we know some have gone there, but at least the leader of the nation has not spoken up to my knowledge, has not spoken up. And or has not come out with a statement saying that maybe our airwaves, which is trash, super trash, and that shows the dysfunction, the decay of a failing state. And I'm gonna tell you, you this Ghana trip is definitely a trip. It's all good until some shit happens. And then you're gonna find out that if he can't cough out a 50, 100,000 K, kiss it goodbye. Or you are not heavily connected, kiss it goodbye. That is real. And so the desperation in Kasoa is real. And if you are living at East Legon Airport or Sulaboni, there's nice places. I'm gonna tell you this. Every country at a certain point needs to get cleaned up. It has to get cleaned up. It's just the nature of life. Everything has its breaking point. You guys easily gonna go and fight. You got a will. You're comfortable. Airport residential area? No, you ain't built for that. You don't want to lose your mansions and your luxury cars. It would take people who's at a point that say enough is enough to try to return the country back so it can work for most people. Okay? And most people. So I respect those people in Kasoa. I respect. I understand. Do I agree with some of the stuff? No, but I understand. Because what is to a child when he's home, graduated from school, can't get a job, he's home 3 months. In his environment, he sees fraud, corruption, how to make money. To the extent what you guys didn't know, a week before that, one kid just cut off the grandmother's head and carried the head to the police station. Okay? And and when you say it, people just think it's politics. It's not politics. These criminal politicians don't give a fuck. They don't. They don't. They don't. They really, they don't care. They really don't care. They don't. Regardless of party, they don't. And what has happened is this: the reason Ghanaians have not risen to finally say enough is enough is because I found a strategy at what they are doing. They've used two ways to put the average Ghanaian to a temporary coma. They've used idea of peace and religion. Heaven awaits you, the poor. But if Ghana is going to work for the people, we must fight for more freedom. That's what we want. Because it's, there's a lot of issues happening. There's a lot of issues happening. And I'm not going to be one of those people that's not going to talk about these issues um, because it might affect e-bagging. I don't get e-bagging. But I want to tell you that you may have to really look at things closely because very soon it's Kasoa. It's not just going to stay in Kasoa. I'm telling you, it's not. The whole country is dry land. It's only the spark. People are really, really suffering. People are really, really suffering. And the young boys that are coming, they're not like their parents. They don't care. They'll do anything. The young girls, they don't care. We have young girls going to go see juju men drinking animal blood so they can charm men, put them under spell. Then they'll go to church Sunday. They'll do it Friday. And then Sunday they'll go to church. The stuff people are doing to survive, man, is unquestionable. And you must know this. You must own this. The politicians are not saying anything. Not any meaningful thing. They having closed these radio stations and TV stations that's promoting this nonsense. You have a situation, pastors are coming on television telling people they can go into the spiritual realm and steal money from banks. You have fake medicine juju men on television saying they can double, triple, quadruple, quintuple your money. And the boy sitting down there, no job, 16, 17, you're watching this, living in a shack. They make a phone call. If they say kill a baby, they'll kill a baby. They'll do it. No mistake about it. And I've tried to spare you how gruesome they killed the boy. And the elaborate plan they were going to victimize the mom again after killing her son. And then there's one police central command in Cape Coast trying to get his name. Because the father has said, the family is saying, give them justice, life imprisonment, or they'll have to respond. It's fair. It's fair to me. And you have a police from Central Region Cape Coast saying that the father cannot take matters into his own hands because if those bastards, criminals, despicable human beings that killed a boy, um, if they are minors, they the most is like 5 years. So basically, you're telling 16, 17-year-old boys in Ghana that if they want money rituals, they can kill a kid any way they want. And if they got arrested, they can do 5 years and come back. That is what your YouTubers are not telling you. Okay? Listen, your money better be strong. Your social security and pension ain't gonna cut it. It's gonna work until something happens. You can cut somebody's head and pay and get out of it. I'm telling you. Okay? There are people that commit crimes in Kasoa. They go there, 3 weeks they are walking. So what people do, they don't even report it anymore. That's what is going on. That's what is going on. Babies get raped, 4-year-old babies get raped, and the policewoman at the station, because she's been paid, is trying to change what actually happens so the person don't spend too much time in jail. That's the Ghana we have. So and I'll tell you this. If you're like African American here, please do B1. I want to share something with you, please, because I want to know who's here. Or if you're an African who was not born in Africa, so if you're Caribbean, whatever, just put B1. I want to know. I want to say something directly to you guys. And we have to really, really look at these things. So the Kasoa thing was just kind of like the thing that really, really, because of what happened, that kind of like brought the pain. People are in pain. People are really, really in pain. And people are on the edge. They're tired. They're frustrated. Shit don't work. The shit don't work. It's chaos. Everybody does what the fuck they want. It's chaos. Shit don't work. And the people on top don't give a fuck about anything. They don't. And you're not going to see that with a drone video. You're not going to see that. And the thing is, I'm going to tell you this. We read in history books. That Africans were complicit in selling our brothers and sisters. And that becomes very debatable about how much was the complicity. Was it 50%? Was it 70%? Was it 10%? And when Europeans write their Eurocentric books, they say more. When the Africans write their Afrocentric books, they say less. Okay? So we may never know. So we go back in history, try and find answers, but we can look now. When we look now, what do we see? These African politicians, you see how they're selling the country? That is exactly what the ancestors did. They have mortgaged the hope and aspirations of the entire people to outside. That's exactly what they did. So I'm telling you, I don't even believe those ancestors that time were a little bit complicit. They were heavily involved at a certain point. They were really heavily involved. those who had power, because that's what they are doing right now to us. The nerve to send condolences to Prince Phillips, but the boy who was brutally murdered, bashed, brain bashed in, that when the dad picked him up, the brains material was in his mouth, can't even get uh, a response. Can't even get a response. So, like, listen, we heard your cry, your pain. So, as a leader, we will make sure that we bring justice, and we're going to look at the causes of this. Is that too difficult to us? Listen, not in a mood. Tell your YouTubers that are doing the e-begging to not even talk about this topic. I'm not in the mood. They should stay out there and 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 put lies and get their donation. Not in the mood. They shouldn't even touch this topic. And I'll be watching. They shouldn't even make some comment that comes off. Okay? And that's what we're talking about, because what we're talking about here is seriousness. Because sometimes when a fire burns, you can't control it. You can't control it. The walls, walls, the East Legon airport is not going to protect you. What you spend years building can be destroyed overnight. What you spend decades building, centuries building, can be destroyed overnight. So we really have to assess Ghana, those who are going there. I would never say go or don't go. It's a personal choice. I live there for my own reasons. It's complicated. It's complicated to escape fate unless we trade places. It's complicated. But you have to really, really think about this thoroughly and plan accordingly. Because it's not just Kasoa. Okay? It's not just Kasoa. RFP DMX, great talent. The music helped me from 96 to 2001 at a very important time in my life. Rest in peace. So rest in peace, Ishmael. Yan Kaswa. If the government want to do this thing, the family will go pay a bribe and they're gonna release them. It's fine. We Yan Kaswa. They can release them. You know, um, they can release them. That's fine. I mean, it's okay. But but there's a lot of people who are on the edge, who are on the edge, because this thing hit a nerve, a nerve to do that. So people are not in the mood, and it's your choice. Okay, it's a choice. There's a lot of listen. Prayer is not going to solve Ghana issue. Spirit is not going to solve anything. It will take men to someday decide and stand up and say, listen, the hopes and aspiration of our case and future case is permanently doomed. So we have to stand up. That's what will always happen in history. It has always been about 2 to 3% max people that stand up. Max. You know, and that is what is going on. So I live in Kasoa. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm not moving out because I'm in danger. Not in danger. I listen. The same danger I mean in Ghana is the same when I'm in the north, east, west, south, central. Same thing. But I understand why Kasoa is a hotspot because the desperation, the poverty, and stuff that's going on is over the top, and people, Kasoa people are built differently. They are built differently. They're not the Dada bus. They're not the airport residential people. No, no. And the government, make no mistake, they don't have enough forces to tame. There are 40,000 in the army, 30,000 police. It's not enough. So with 3,000 vigilantes, it's not enough. Because it may start over there, it's not going to end over there. So I don't know whether something will be done, something not going to be done. But everything has its breaking point. And you don't want to find yourself in some bullshit because somebody sold you a lala dream. Because the 15, 16, the 15 to 22 that are coming, they have declared the system don't work, no hope. Both girls and boys, they have given up. They know the religion, it doesn't work. They know the system has failed them. The poverty is around them every day. Every day. And I can tell you, you sit on the other side and they go, me, I'm over here. We are. It's just those people on that side. And you don't know that. And so these things we talk, these are important. And I said, it's complicated. Some of us, our faith is tied in this thing. It's not likes. It's not likes. We don't do it for likes. We don't do it for e-begging. Our faith is tied that we can pull out. Okay, we have a guest here. Bring him. Leave. What's up? How are you?
Hello, everybody. Yeah, the topic is very heavy. It's. I don't have words. Those kind of things we usually see them when I was kid. During the elections, during election times, when I was kid, everybody want to keep their children inside. You don't let them out because you know that those politicians they're up to rituals during the elections, and it's something that it's well known in West Africa. I would say in all Africa during the election times. But now that you see that even younger teenagers are doing those kind of things, it's very heartbreaking because you can't, like Tony, like you said, you can sit there and say that it is not. These things can never happen to me until it's in front of your doorstep because you know there is no regulation anymore. The TV stations, the radio station, because somebody are willing to pay you money, you just open your channel, allow them, you know, to convey some message. informations, that's gonna hurt people, even your own people, right? And nobody, you know, says nothing about it. You can't say that it's a freedom of religion. You cannot say that it's a freedom of speech or something like that. It's hurting people. That is bad. It's hurting people. Please start closing those channels that allows those people to convey the message in the first place. The children, they don't know. They don't know. They don't have a clue. They don't. They don't have a clue. All the information that are going on social media, on TVs, on radio, it goes just staying on their brain, and they pick up those information, and they think that the world is just that. Anybody that is rich or that live in big mansion or driving a good car, a nice car, or something like that, they are rich because of money rituals. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. And they're gonna say to themselves, if I want to be like this guy or this man, this politician or this rich man, that's what I have to do. And you have somebody on behind the TV or radio or something like that, conveying some message and causing mayhem in the society. Because these issues are very deep, man. This is very deep. This is serious. This is not something to joke about. You know, there is a root cause. The root cause has to be tackled. You know, it's sad. There is no word to express that. There is no word.
you know,
Money
you,
rituals. Yeah.
yeah, you said something about um, you know, like people think they're untouchable. See, you see, I don't know what whether the other YouTubers that watch are not, they don't really know what goes down, or they are just disingenuous because they want to eat back in. Everybody's touchable in Ghana. Everybody. And the thing, what is happening is that it used to be people, when a man is 50 years old and he's hopeless, his testosterone level is low. He's not a threat per se. A hopeless 2019-year-old male with testosterone will do anything. Will do anything. And that's what people underestimate, what people are willing to do now to survive. Listen, don't fool yourself. You're gonna come out and get a community eventually. Okay? And there's somebody that I want to bring out. Akosia, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is
Hi.
there a way you can show your face?
I'm in the kitchen. Sorry about that.
Okay. All right. What's your take?
Well, I've been following the incident, and it's quite a sad incident. It's quite unfortunate, but um, we can't ignore the fact that these things have not been happening. It's been with us for quite a long time. But what we have to look at is the age of the perpetrators. What really influenced them? We know there's something new under the sun. This thing has been happening. I'm from the Bono region, but I'm currently in England now, and it's not like this thing is unheard of. It happens. Just this afternoon, I read a story about Gambia. A 23-year-old girl has also been raped and murdered in Gambia, and her private parts have been all cut off for ritual purposes. So it's not something new. It's been happening. But for them, the perpetrators have not been, they've not been arrested. But for these boys, I mean, 17, 18, or whatever, they wanted to reduce their ages But then the fathers came out to say that this is their real ages. Why? Because they wanted the law to deal with them as minors. But sometimes the law can be twisted to deal with you as an adult, and the law works. To be honest, the law works in Ghana. Sometimes we might not see it because I quite remember last month, two Nigerians were sentenced to death in Ghana for kidnapping and murdering the four Takrady girls. So let's hope and see that the law takes its course. But what we have to look at is, I mean, the nature of what is their condition? What group of people were they mingling with? What Let us look at it from that social angle, because sometimes we look at it from um because there are thousands of youth of that age in Ghana. So why those two? You get my point? Why those two boys? There are a lot of youths in Ghana. So why only those two boys who are willing to do anything to get money at that age? What about the thousands of, I mean, 18, 17, 19-year-old guys on the streets? So let us also look at it from that. I know that, yes, the media has to be targeted, because I think last week I emailed the Minister of Communication about the poor nature of internet service in Ghana, and what is she doing about it? Because you can't be inviting investors into the country and you be having poor. Ghana was the first country in Africa to get internet, the first country in Africa to get internet, and yet the internet service is not working. Poor quality, the efficiency is bad. South
I have a
Africa,
question for you. So I have a comment, then I have a question. It is, I think it will be fair to say this. The law in Ghana doesn't work. It works against if you are poor. Okay. Sometimes when I make that statement, people think, well, it's kind of like in the West. Not necessarily. In the West, yes, the rich may have some, influence, but I have seen things with my own eyes when I go down there that people will get away. Why? The evidence. Listen, I know people, right? They have land document, authentic land document. They own the land. A minister or somebody who's connected won that land. What are you supposed to go to? Go to court. The court should rule on a land document. 5 years. They haven't done ruling. Right? The law in Yejuma. It doesn't, it is so, listen, it's not even about just those two kids. Those are the ones that have been caught in the brutality. They've been doing it. If you go, I mean, it started with the internet fraud, the Kasoa boys and us. Listen, it has always happened, but at the rate, even now, at the rate these young girls are selling themselves, it's exponential. I grew up there. Even those times when you go see prostitutes, those few places you go. Now the average girl graduate from school, what is she gonna do? Two things: sleep your way. I know that because I help girls set up shops with rent and all that stuff, because they have to sleep their way to get a job. Some don't want to do that,
no, those what
but
you're
but some do.
right.
Right?
What you would say, I presume what you're talking about is social issues. Social issues, like what the totality of the social issues in Ghana. I presume that's where you are trying to,
Yes, and
yeah.
I'm so the point I'm trying to make is that the point I'm trying to make is that because the fiber, the social issues, with the blatant disrespect for the law and order, and the rampant in corruption, is breeding a new generation of kids who say, listen, we don't want to do what our parents did. We want more out of life. We want to also live this way, but they don't have any means of going about it the right way. Because how many, let's be honest, how many in Ghana legitimately make money to acquire those wealth? Because there's no job in Ghana pays to $200,000 a year, legitimately. So if you see somebody living in a $500,000 home or $1 million home, legitimately, there are very few people that can actually live that lifestyle, legitimately, right? So when they see that, and in the public sphere, the temptation, put it in their face. You can drive a Range Rover. You can live in a mansion. Call me. There are always going to be people that in the population are very fragile, vulnerable to these things. And they are susceptible to these things, which this thing can be fixed. When was the last time you saw a pastor on television here saying, you bring money, I'll double your money, and I can disappear and go to West Fargo or Bank of England and take money? You don't see this stuff.
Yeah, I agree with
You
you.
don't see this stuff.
100% agree with you.
Right.
And
So
those are the
what is happening? So one thing, and then I'll let you come. What is happening is this is what I'm saying. These 13, these 14, 15, 16-year-old, listen, they're a whole different breed. They will kill you if you play. They're not our parents who kept their mouth shut. They don't want to lose anything. These people will do anything that is unquestionable. And for me, I'm saying they were not born that way. It is the environment that is creating the conditions
I
for them
100% agree with
to
you.
be like that. So soon, your kid, I have family members that work at Achimota Mall. Once a week, kid is missing, kidnapping. It is underreported. I know that. It is underreported. Kasoa gets a highlight, but this is happening all over the place. And so I'm saying your kid is at the mall, and somebody's gonna pick them up because they don't care anymore. And trust me, they'll pay their way out. You give
Yeah,
that police
yeah,
person 5 years of his income, trust me,
yeah, yeah.
they do
And
all that
and
stuff.
and
So
yeah,
right.
I 100% agree with you. Those are the social issues I was hammering on. The fact that these social issues, I mean, everybody is directing the attention to the fact that the media is the cause of this. But the 80% of my what I'm trying to say is we are not looking at the social issues, the things that are pushing people to do what they do. You get my point? Because
Yeah,
for
it is. I mean, when we say when there's that element, but also, it is fair to say that the political sphere has not been productive. Okay, like Salif, you said, we know. I know what goes down in election. Let's be real about these things. I know what these politicians do you know what it takes to become a politician in Ghana or
oh
African of
God,
the
I
African
mean,
countries? You
sometimes
know,
exactly. I know. I mean,
we know what is going
sometimes
down.
these politicians even yeah, sometimes even these politicians, whatever power they want to seek, they do things we acquire. There might be children missing, and if we are to dig deep, do a very thorough investigation, you might even know that there's a politician, a big man behind it, because what he actually used somebody to get a human part for him so he could win power.
And you know that even if they find out there's a politician behind it, do you think that politician is going to go to jail? Huh? Because yeah, you think that politician is going to go to jail if they find out he's behind it?
Well,
No,
It
that
never
that
report.
is
no,
It
that is
never.
a
It
good
you
never.
think he's
question.
going to go to jail?
It
You
never
know,
reported anyway.
you see, he's
It's,
not going
it's
to go to
never
jail.
it's never happened then.
That's my point. So that's what I'm saying. The rule. Listen. I don't know what the other YouTubers go. Me, I mingle. I go to hell and heaven in Ghana because I want to see the belly of the beast. I want to see everything that's in there, so it can help me prepare how I'm going to conduct myself. And I go to places and I see stuff, and I'm like, this place too. They doing this here.
Hmm.
And I'm telling you, the generation that is coming is not gonna be putting up with this very long.
And even
They're not.
to think that there is no rehabilitation facilities in Ghana or in Africa that rehabilitate these youth
Oh,
is
give
quite
them a job.
unthinkable.
No, no, it's
It's
very
so
simple. It's
unthinkable.
very simple. You see, that is why I take sometimes we drive to different places to bring people and bring them to the site. If you see my videos on building, we change people's stuff like that because and we why? They have nothing to do. They have
And
nothing to do.
we are in a society where we hammer on the fact that success is all about money. We've got a lot of youth with talent. They can sing, they can, they follow their passion, but we are not harnessing that. We are rather preaching how, you can get quick money. Our the black man's thought about success is money. To be successful means you have money.
Yeah, and that is
Not
what they also put in their face. So for me, the thing is this: there's failure because here's the thing: the parents can't even advise them because the parents financially can't be solve their, can provide a solution for them. So they've lost that. Those kids don't want to be live that kind of poverty. The parents did, and that means everything is fair game. It's fair game, open season. And I'm saying maybe that politician might not be in that specific neighborhood. You might, or your daughter or your grandson might be, or your granddaughter might be in that area. And then they become a victim. Then now you want to care about the situation. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that the these two boys, like, I mean, I want them to face justice. If it was me,
but but
the
yeah, of
police are not
course,
even coming in.
because I don't
But
think.
they are also a victim. They are also a victim of the society, of what it is. I'm not saying the excuse was justifiable, but I'm saying that when you have, it's like you are not a thief. But if you're driving around somebody's car and the windows are rolled up and there's cash sitting on the driver's seat, most people who are not thieves will actually go in and take some of the money.
Right.
So don't give. Listen, we bring guys to site, and those people, they want to work. They don't want to get into criminal activity. That's not the first choice. That become a survival mode. And these people, when you give them the opportunity, they will do something. Not everybody in Kasoa is killing people and doing that stuff. But you're gonna get a segment of the people that I'm telling you, man, they are cold, they are calculated, kill babies. They'll do whatever. They don't listen. They want to drive a Range Rover because they saw it by some vlogger on TV showing that, and they know that person doesn't have a job,
Yeah.
right? They know they
Yeah.
don't have a job.
Yeah.
They have a Range Rover, they have
Yeah.
Mercedes, they live in East Legon, and the person doesn't have a job. You see, if you're in the US and you start flaunting certain things, the IRS started looking at you. So if you know how it works, in social
Mhm.
media start flaunting, I make a million this, the
Yeah.
IRS start digging.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not
we are
about
in a
that.
society.
If you see younger people on the street with you know $100,000 or $200,000 Mercedes on the street, no doubt about it, the police will arrest them. Now that they'd stop them and question them. Just that, just the fact that it's sad. What I'm trying to say is that the root cause of the problem, the politician behavior, create this fear of people. They don't know what to do anymore, that they go to the extreme. you know that's the thing. But for now, like, for children to do that to other children, kids, It's very heartbreaking. No, just take a moment and imagine that, that boy is your son, your brother, your cousin, or something like that. Or take a moment to imagine that those 17, or maybe, I don't know the age, 16 or 17 years old, teenagers, they are your brothers, or maybe your siblings, your sons, or something like. Just take a moment and imagine that. How would you feel, right? It's very heartbreaking. What I'm trying to say here is that politicians in general fail the people in Africa. They fail them because the way that they're living, the way that they're conducting business on the country, let other people think that, okay, if they can get away with that, me too. I'm gonna do this, and maybe I'm gonna get away with it. The justice has to be done. Like, you have to set an example. If something happened and you don't want that thing to happen again, set an example. Take something. If you have a case, a criminal case, do an example about it, and other people will never want to follow it. This case of killing, they have to close those radio stations, those TV stations. They have to close it. They do not. You don't want to allow those people to convey some message that's gonna mess up the brain of those kids. They're supposed to be in school studying pre-calculus or something like that. Now watching those TVs and going, that's nonsense, man. This is it's. I don't know what to say, but
And they are not closing them.
you know,
They are not closing
yeah,
them because those
Yeah,
stations
yeah,
are political wing of either one of them, right? They're not closing them. But what is going to happen is this: they are using two things, which every year is failing. They are using religion to hold the masses down. Okay, but these guys know that they've tried the religion stuff. They've gone to the prayer, it didn't work. The poverty is still there. So eventually they go move. And peace is not useful for a person who's struggling in life. Peace is for the one that lives at the residential nice areas. He wants peace to enjoy that. But if you are in the gutter, the bottom of the gutter, peace is of no value. At a certain point, they'll connect the two dots. And when they connect the two dots, that is when those who thought that they were absolved from all this responsibility, they will know that when the fire burns, sometimes you can't control it. Because that is the only way. These boys and girls coming, I am telling you, I've seen stuff with my own eyes. The things they will do,
yeah,
you
yeah,
and I don't even have the
yeah.
heart
I
to do.
mean, we
I'm
are in a
telling you.
we are in a society where we refuse to question everything. You know, money laundering. I don't think money laundering is rife. But how many times do bankers call police or question people who dump lump sum of money at the bank? How many times do they question them? We've all got a part to play. Because
Yeah.
in the West, if you're to dump a lump sum of money, you'll be questioned at the bank. They wouldn't need to call a minister of whoever. You'll be questioned right at the bank where you got the money from. But we are
And
in a
so
society where, like I said, success is based on money. We're driving fancy cars, living in, it's good to have them. It's no two ways about that. It's good to have money because you cannot survive without money. But are we really teaching the youth to harness their potential and know that success comes in so many forms? You can achieve success by being the best musician. I mean, not all musicians have money. You get my point? But they have reached the point, the peak of their career. They've achieved the success they dreamt of. That is what success is about, imparting. You can be a musician and take upon yourself to mentor other people. You see that kids growing up, they've got talent. What are you doing about it? How many
you
people
know,
are you mentoring?
one of the things that you know these young kids coming up, they realize, which I agree with them on this thing, is that only in Africa that somebody becomes so rich without actually creating a product. In the West, you see somebody who create like
Exactly.
a product, an app. some service. So they know. You see,
Talent,
those kids
talent.
are smarter than, you see, those 13, 15, they're smarter than our parents. So you see, they pick up a lot of things. They have watched their parents say, listen, I don't need to listen to you because you went this route and we are still poor. So let me do that way. So when they see society and these people have amassed wealth, right, through corrupt ways. I'm still waiting for some Ghanaian to create this app that is changed like Google to match anything that
Exactly.
is comparable, right? So when they
Exactly.
see that, they also start connecting to that. Hey, I went to school, didn't go.
I
I
mean,
did
do
it,
you
didn't
remember? I
work.
don't know. I don't know if you've seen that guy. Is it Kevin or Kelvin? That guy who manufactured a vehicle from scraps. I don't know if
Oh,
you've seen.
God.
Yeah, he was interviewed by um one YouTuber.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
The
think
guy
they suppose they gave me a scholarship or whatever, but
exactly. Look, we have said talent, and no
they
government
don't
has seen
care.
it.
Listen,
I mean, come on.
they don't care. Look, like somebody posted something here, right? Remember, there's a guy, number one, defrauded hundreds of thousands of people, walking free, walking free.
And we have no
You know,
facilities
so,
that
so it
that
doesn't work. The thing doesn't
that
work. And
exactly, we have no facilities that tackle these social issues. Sometimes you can dig into the problem, and during the course of it, you might even realize that the kid the kid has a potential, and you can harness that potential from that, counseling.
I would let me and I want to respond to this, right? Let me tell you something. Is if the Ghanaian government think they can use the security forces to suppress any agitation as a strategy, it's not going to work. I'm just telling you, they better start giving them jobs to do. If they want the country to hold, they want the Ghana territorial sovereign to hold, they better start giving employment to these guys to do, because you don't even have enough security forces. Listen, they don't even have enough to contain the whole Kasoa. You're talking about 45,000 max.
Tony,
You can't
you see
contain
you
it. You
you
better
see
give
the
them a job.
situation in Mali,
Hmm.
where the terrorists are there. You see the situation in Burkina.
Hmm.
It's those kind of things. When you create an environment, right,
Hmm.
of poverty, and the youngest they don't know what to do, like you give them $50, right? They will go and kill some people. They will form armed groups, right? And be some terrorists, and be terrorists around your countries.
Hmm.
What you're saying is very true. If they don't step up and do something about it, they will create this kind of environment. That no doubt about it. Look
It's
at
going to happen.
those neighbor countries. You
No,
will see.
and I know, like somebody, uh, listen, you need it, but I'm telling you, it should be the other way. Employment. Then you have the military, because even the military split because the country is chaos, and person that study military strategies is organization. They don't like chaos. They want order. So you couldn't even get a whole police to the military to get on board. So people just throwing stuff in there. So give them employment, create some conditions that those who want to work, they have ways and means to be able to take care of themselves, minimize corruption, clean the field publicly, right? Create a good educational system that is competitive. They can compete in the world. You have to create that. But thinking you're gonna send police and soldiers, it's not going to work after some time. Listen, it's not going to work after some time, because you're gonna end up doing And then one of these days, you're going to cross a boundary, and then you going to invite other outside forces who has who want to destabilize the country, and they're going to come in. So, yeah, the ministers, we know they are stealing money, but flaunting of the wealth publicly is not creating an environment for people to want to follow the right way. I don't think I know Kasoa people. Those same people, back there they used to talk about that Nima and those things. Listen, ain't got nothing to do. If I don't have nothing to do and I need to survive, I'm gonna do what I need to do. So that's the thing I want people to understand. So don't say that people in Kasoa are evil. That's why I say, oh, Kasoa, they're not good. And I said, listen, I live there. I'm doing fine over there, but I know what is going on. I know what is going on. And it's not just Kasoa alone. There's other places in the city, they are feeling the same way. It's just a Kasoa place, they don't take the nonsense. But other places. So this thing that's happened is an opportunity to clean everything. Kids are home and they watch the Ghana TV. I'm telling you, I will not even let my dog watch that shows. It is garbage from the beginning. You turn it on to the end. There's nothing productive.
Oh, of course. I
There
mean,
are
growing
women
up,
there saying that they are sleeping with dogs to make money. I mean, can you believe this? And they say there's a leader in the nation.
growing up, we growing up, DTV had was the only monopolized television station in Ghana, and the quality content they showed on TV was top notch. By the fireside, music for your dancing feet, talking point, Thursday theater. I mean, these were programs that were quite educative and entertaining. But since the influx of these private stations, what do we see? And it's like there is no organization controlling it. They have been left to do what they are doing, and yet there is an organization, National Media Commission or whatever. I don't know if they are the ones responsible for that, to do whatever they want to do. So what's the purpose then?
Well, they can't do that because you know why? All this media, yeah, it's a politically, Africa, it's politically tied. You see what I'm saying? And so even the NCA can't move because if we try to shut down this place, there's some politician who owns that station. Sometimes they own these stations, they put learning from what the Italians used to do. They put fake people, as they run it by its
It's
own.
not about it's not about shutting down the station. It's about showing quality content.
Well, I'm
Moderation.
saying, but
Being
yeah, yeah,
selective, being
but
selective
it's
of the
hard to
content.
it's hard to regulate because if
Then
if
what's the
this
purpose of the National Commission then? National Media Commission then.
and I'm saying they don't really have real power. You know who has the power in Africa. You know that it's the president. It's the president. You know how it goes. It's not like here. The parliament can't do anything. African president. You think the parliament in Rwanda is gonna stop Kagame if he wants to make a decision? Salih, you think it's gonna happen in Rwanda if
No,
Kagame wants a? No,
no
it's
way.
not because it's a leader in the country. It's a
Mm-hmm.
leader. It's not chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our place, there's nothing. I don't see anything. Okay, I don't see one
Because you
because that's when the leader can come and say, "Listen, these are the rules. Executive order. These
the
are the
reason
rules.
why the
Going for
reason
X,
why
Y, Z."
the reason why I'm saying that last month when Meghan Markle's interview with Oprah came out, and Piers Morgan came on his morning show to say that he doesn't believe Meghan had a mental breakdown, and that Ofcom is the regulatory body of media in England. They call them Ofcom. They received 40,000 complaints, including Meghan's complaint. And by the next day, um, 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 Piers Morgan quit his job.
Yeah, but it doesn't work in
So you
Africa
see,
though. But it's not gonna work. You see the hashtag, it doesn't work.
so why don't we charge this organization to do their job? Because
It will work. It will work.
president
The
is
only
not
way it's
doing
going to
it.
work. The only way it's going to work is when we start holding the politicians accountable. But even that, you can, because when you say something, you once I post this thing, there was somebody who say I'm like in the other party, right? Because I'm saying when I say politicians, I mean everybody in parliament, the neutrals, the MPP and the NDC. To me, I don't see any difference. But there's some people that are party lawyers to the stand that they will not let you speak the very thing that is very obvious, right? They're not gonna let you speak on it. And I'm saying that these things that these politicians make it difficult, it's not difficult. Listen,
Of course. I
when we
mean,
do project, there's no chaos. Because when you come, you know how it is. You're gonna fit in or you don't, you are not there. There's no chaos. But what we have in Ghana is everybody does their own thing.
Yeah.
Everybody does their own thing. And because the reason why it's hard to stop it is if you try to calm down, you find out that, oh, somebody's behind that. And then, boom.
There
And
are
the
no strong
society,
institutions.
and these
you know,
kids,
we Africans, we've been crying about the fact that we have leadership problem. Things are not working in Africa. Things are not working. So why don't we as citizens take things into our hands and charge these people to do what they are supposed? I mean, I know I'm being
okay,
funny. I know I'm being
thing,
funny.
one more thing that I bring Haji in. Okay, if if you are if you have been programmed that heaven, okay, is the most desirable outcome for your life, and you want to go to heaven, why will you put energy and time to fix your quote unquote temporary situations? I don't have any heaven to go to. I'm alive here. So I feel like my environment must be best. My resources, my time and energy must be put in the community to be an asset to the community. I don't care when I die, whatever happens. I have no interest. I can't control that. So the average person, his condition, because if he looks at his condition, you're not going to tolerate that. Those boys, those young girls are doing that stuff because they're looking at the average condition. You see, those kids are not going to charge you 7 days a week. They don't have to, because they know he has failed their parents. He has failed their parents. So they skip all that. And they say, listen, I'm going to earn something by any means necessary. And this is what we are getting. What the adults supposedly have been breeding is the product of these Kasoa kids. It's a failure of everything from society, from leadership to parenting to everything. And that's what you get. But they are trying to absorb, people are trying to absorb themselves, like saying that these two kids, whether they are adult or kids, are just like, they are just evil. No, I don't see they are evil. They are just a product of the environment. Hajia, please welcome. Can you hear us?
Yeah, Tony, I can still hear you. The mic is like giving me two voice. Hi, how are
Okay.
you? How's everybody?
Good on you. Sure.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you. Okay, go ahead. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah. So, Tony, what happened at Kasoa? I see. Yeah. Well, I guess you can hear me because I'm talking and.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You have to close your second windows. If you have a
Yeah,
YouTube.
close the YouTube and then just come through the link.
Yeah. Is it better now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, that's better. Yeah, hi everybody. Tony, what I see in Kasoa is I think it's collective failure to ourselves and our community. Um, so Ghana, I don't really depend on the government much in Ghana. So we have to take care of ourselves by ourselves. We have to take care of our kids by ourselves. We have to take care of our society by ourselves. If you continue, if you will continue depending on the government, do this, do that, we never gonna get anywhere. I understand. Sometimes we don't want to put ourselves ahead because we're scared of being hurt or getting hurt by whoever we're trying to be involved or whatever we're trying to correct. So we kind of afraid. Everybody want to stay by themselves. Everybody want to just keep by themselves and watch things happening. But that won't work. We have to be responsible for our own community. That's how I see it. Like that's the work I'm doing here, and I'm not even being paid. We're doing community work. And if anything happen, a shooting happen in our community, we are on top of it. We're talking to the police. We're calling them. We're talking to the decision maker. What we want to do what we want them to do. What we want to happen. I just finished another. We just finished meeting with decision makers from here, Canada yesterday. We want them to do what we want them to do. Ghana, we need to know that every community, just like here, they have their own budget. Where is that budget to help the community, to help our children to build something? Let's talk to those individuals that the money is going to their account. Let's get them, let's bring them to do what we need to do to our children, to our community. Why, when some government members doing something in Ghana, it's like, whoa, he did this, and he did nothing. He did nothing. People think that he did something big thing. It's not his money. It's our money. Do something with it, get them. But we are all afraid, oh, something's going to happen. They're going to shoot us. Let them. If we get shot, somebody else will continue. Somebody else will continue. That's how we go. But if you keep being scared that, okay, they're going to, this things is going to happen to us, we're not going to get anywhere. We're just going to keep being staying back. And when it comes to the religion and our society, I'm a spiritual person. I'm a religious person, but we have to put a limit. There is a limit to it. Like we have to go when things are happening like this. The traditional spiritual people are telling kids that, okay, you can get money while you do. Like, no, we have to get them. This is not. We have to get. They encourage. These kids are fresh, and their mind is fresh, and they want something. At 16, their cortex is still not developed to know what's wrong and right. So when these people are putting trash in their head that they don't know, they're not telling them how it is. Just go get some body part and you'll be a million and you have the car and you have the house. That's all they're thinking. They don't think the consequences. They don't think what's happening after. So this is what we have to. This is one of my plan. I'm gonna go to Ghana someday. I'm gonna open this site. I don't care what's gonna happen to me. I will do what I need to do. But we can't stay here in America or in Canada and then looking after and putting fingers. No, we are part of the problem. We are part of the problem, and we need to do something about it. We are here. We're learning how to do it. We learn how it's done. Let's take it back to Ghana. Let's get it done there, no matter what. If we didn't get to do it, then our children will do it. Our grandchildren will do it. We can't just, that's what I have to say.
What said? I'll say something. Even I'll tell people, right? People would think that, let's say these two kids. I mean, we're still gonna figure out what the age. One at least is 18. We know for sure. 18, between 18 and 19. The other one may be the one that sent his brother to lure the kid to the abandoned building. He might be under 18. Even you see, this is the thing people don't understand. Let's say they give them the worst punishment, like probably life imprisonment. It's not going to prevent the next kid from doing it.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, you got to give job to these kids.
Exactly.
And something's going to happen to this country that they're not paying attention to. You can hang those boys. It's not going to work because the desperation and the hopelessness has gotten to a point that unless you provide a reasonable way out, you're going to be losing. Forget it. Forget the next generation. They're not going to be one. And that is the thing that they don't understand. The police can't solve this. The military cannot solve this thing. There's something going on that is in the fiber that is eroding that you have to address practically. You have to go and invest in these areas and help them. Other than that, you can catch a few, and trust me, there's some that get killed, they never get caught. They never get caught. The reason why they even caught, the first attempt was they wanted to kidnap the boy and take him straight there, but it was very, very difficult. Next time, they can take a 2-year-old. It'll be easier than a 10-year-old. Right? And so the punishment, and I want them to get the highest, as you know, like I talked to the, I text the boy's father, I said, listen, there will be justice. That is guaranteed. But that is not going to solve the issue.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not even going to make a dent in anything. It's not. Yeah. They better pay attention. The 15 to 25-year-old in Ghana now, trust me, they are not our parents. They're not 40-year-olds. They're not the people in East Legon, Cantonment. They are not that. Those people, listen, they have decided that the society has failed them. They must survive. And in that survival, there's no morality, there's no ethics, there's nothing. There's nothing. And they will do whatever they have to do. They have to do. And so you can live in these other places and think it's not good. It's going to happen. It's only a matter of time. Because eventually, if Kasoa, if they're not getting the attention, I mean, that's money at these residential areas. Right? It's going to happen. It's really going to happen. And my thing is this. This thing is bigger than a party, whatever the party you subscribe. I don't care. It's your own personal. It's bigger than that. I'm looking at the lens as a country that I love, that I put a lot of money into. Trust me, if your other YouTubers, we can compare how much money they put into Ghana in a day, that I put a lot of money into, that I want to see what I can personally do to impact my community and tell these guys, listen, I know what it is, but maybe come with me. I'll pay you one day that you just want your daily income will be able for you to survive a week. I'm trying to bring their mind, but the temptation is there, man. They see their body in Range Rover.
Yeah.
That it's like you take one step, he's been pulled 10. And they only hang around you because they trust you to a point. So you make sure that you take care of them. So they say, oh, boss, I know where I go. All right. You send $50, send $100. Just to keep him out. Because I'm in the community. I'm in the community. You think I can't be touched? I can't be touched. Right? I'm in the community. And so the thing that I think I want us to think about is that if we care about the place, listen, we got to start watching these other YouTube videos about drones in the sky and these restaurants. Okay? Listen.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. It's a way of promoting Ghana.
Yeah,
well, listen, yeah, Ghana. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't even go. Listen, I work solo in Ghana. and I know what I'm doing, and I can probably go anywhere in Ghana, but I don't even go to banks, and I don't go in banks. If I want money, people that meet me anywhere in the city, because even going to the bank, leaving the bank, going home, because how much is he getting paid at the bank job? 800 Ghana. Listen, this thing, the country, these politicians must start really, really doing what they were voted in to do.
To do that.
You see, because you are losing them quick. These boys don't care anymore. The stuff these young girls are putting in their stomach and stuff they are eating, they can champ people. Lie. If they cook those stuff, me myself, I will not even eat. Right? So they have to, we all concerned Ghanaians must push these politicians to, like our sister said, I don't depend on anything in Ghana. I'll be fine. I'll be fine in Ghana. If I get sick, if I can fly myself out, I'll fly myself right away. I don't so it's not about me. It's just when you look around, the desperation, poverty has always been there, but now they are desperate. That's a whole new thing. They are desperate and they are hopeless. Listen, they'll stick you up for 10 Ghana, $2, and they'll go to sleep without even care. We can have this, right? We have Bitcoin. Bye. We have one person here.
Hi, everybody.
How are you?
I love this. I'm good. Thanks for allowing me to speak. One thing I want to say concerning all this events in terms of what's going on in Ghana and Africa is that I think it was Will Smith that said it in terms of black and black shooting, that the crime hasn't gone up. We just have now the media to expose what's going on. So this Kasoa event, we don't know how many has happened, before media and before the WhatsApp. And like you said, right now, poverty's always been there, but that desperation, it's going. And you can tell all of us that are building houses, we see how much cement and iron rods are going for. Now think about it with food. Right now, sachet water has gone to 30 pesos. Transportation has increased. So we are it's easy to talk because we're not in the system. But imagine us living 7 cities a week. Maybe if you're a laborer in a mason job, or will you insure or something, how much are you really going to get out of it and then give it to your children? And there's no such thing as pension. There's no such thing as and a mutual fund that's grown from Ghana. No social security. So even one of my some masons that I was talking to, I asked them, like, so your laborers, what's the retirement plan? Oh, whatever they get for the day. And I'm like, so this thing, as a parent, I'm always anxious. Do I have enough for my kid? Now think about yourself as, somebody living in Africa, and then you're always thinking, where am I going to get my next money from? Where am I going to get my next money from? We can all tell them, yeah, go find a job. I work with I'm in Canada, and I work with a lot of youths that are on the streets that are heavy drug users and all the sorts. And the word "go find a job" is the most insulting thing that you can do for them. Because number one, they have a lot of only here do we know what the word depression is. Do we know what when a woman gives pregnancy, we don't understand that there's postpartum depression and all of these things. But if you go back to Africa, that word's not there. So you think the mother's just, that's just her. The same thing with these youths. We don't, the psychologically and the trauma that has been through poverty and through desperation that has been impacted on most of these kids is continuing to grow. I don't have my money. My mom doesn't have money. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. The school that I'm going to find, once you're done JSS or SS, what are you going to do afterwards?
Yeah.
So me, I've been a fraudster, and I started a fraudster when I looked at my parents. I'm not at all condoning the murder. I'm just trying to explain where the desperation is coming from. The desperation is coming because we don't see a way forward. 50, even if you send me 50 Ghana, I'm still not happy. Why? Because I know this thing's not going to last me. Send me 2,000 CDs for the month. It's not going to last me. Me, when I was living and I saw my mom struggling, I said, no, by any means, by any necessary, I will find a way and get money. I don't care if I'm doing fraud. I don't care if I'm selling drugs. I don't care what I'm doing. As long as I get money, I know I'm comfortable. And yeah, we can say, the incident is gruesome, but how many politicians are taking more money than they need? Because that same money is stealing from the mouths that people can eat from. And it's just as bad as murdering somebody, because there are children, and I went to Ghana and I visited some social workers who are coming from Norway. And it hurts to know that there are 3-year-old girls, 4-year-old boys that are living on the streets. Where are their parents? Their parents are also homeless. And what do their parents have to do? Their parents, and I'm going to say this, and I'm very sorry if it hurts some people, a grown man, not homosexual, but at nighttime, he will be just to provide money for his kids. We do not understand the level of desperation. That is, and so yeah, when you go to the bank, you're always scared that somebody's going to come after you, because we know the desperation is in that country. And the desperation, I always believe Ghana needs a new constitution altogether. Right now, if you look at the constitutions of Africa, not the constitutions that we read on paper, but the background constitution, US, America has a 50-year plan for each single country. Every single partnership, they have it set. It doesn't matter the president. There's some politicians, if you're going to come into my country with your foreign workers, the contract is you must hire and train my own people. The top in Africa, or the top in Ghana predominantly, they don't care. And I know the word "they don't care" is very cliche because we say it a lot, but it hurts to be able to drive an SUV, drive around, town, and you see people are left and right sleeping on, but you don't care. And this is why I'm saying it's just as bad as murdering, because if you're passing by from your political place to your mansion outside in the roof, you're passing by almost 100 to 200 people on the street. And it's not getting better. It's just getting worse with the lockdowns. Sometimes I watch one YouTuber, he just drives around the towns of Ghana and just showing whatnot. And I'm counting how many shops are closed. These are the hand-to-mouth shops that would help, something like these youths. And that I didn't make enough coffee, but this is 5 CDs, go buy food. All these shops are being closed. The price of sachet water is going up. 10 pesos is a big deal for the poor. 1 CD is a big deal. And so this entire foundation is gone. I asked one little girl when I went to Ghana, how do you survive with living on the streets? Who holds you? And this is from a little girl, 3 years old. She said, there's a madame that takes me in her house, but before she can do it, she needs 3-year-old. She needs to sleep. You basically get what I'm saying. And this thing, and the social work program that I was in Africa, all these kids were going through the same thing. That's what I'm saying. It's only the media that's helping us realize that this thing's always been there. It's not going away. When you have a Fia Schwarzenegger coming on TV, like you said, and promoting, Mene Krama Nadai, I slept with dog, and all these things, flaunting. Where is our sense to say we're going to turn this person off for boycott? We won't. Right now, if the best that we can all do, if we're going back to Africa, it doesn't matter what country we're going to. The people that we're going to be hiring, or the people we're going to be helping, the one thing we can do is help them find a stable financial. I'm trying to set up Bitcoin accounts for everybody that I meet in Africa. And I'll be like, I'll put 50 in for you. I'll put 50 in for you. Think of this as your pension plan or whatnot. There were some laborers that I was trying to deal with. And I said, if I pay you 200 Ghana, what are you going to do with it? Oh, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Then the next day you're going to be broke. Right? So even if they put money in the accounts, because of hyperinflation, by the next month, your 200 Ghana is not buying you anything. And you have to use it right there and then. So the way it killed the American middle class with hyperinflation is killing the middle class and the poor class in Africa. So the one thing I'm hopefully that we can, as people growing, is that we can find a way to change the market.
So Bitcoin, are you talking from the perspective that it's all about education, or is from a particular standpoint? Are you talking about in terms of education? Because we have these, like a Schwarzenegger you talked about. Some of these people don't come on the media on platforms like television. They've got platforms like Facebook that they have a lot of followers there.
Yes, and that's the thing. Lots of followers. Education is,
there.
and this is the thing about education. Education is useless if you don't have the aim for it. Okay, we have the best of the best. There was one time in Africa, maybe my parents' time or before that, where they took Ghana teachers to the UK to teach the UK people English. So it's not about education. It's the fact that if I'm going to do business, I don't want smart people under me. And you need to think about this system. When 1/3 of God's angels fell, they weren't all white. There are black devils in Africa. There are black devils that love the poverty and desperation that other people are in, just like there are white devils. And until we start being aware that there are black devils, we will always continue seeing our foreigners are the enemies. The Chinese are the enemies. The Americans are the enemies. Fine, if there was no Chinese and whatever, we would still have problems.
That's right.
Because our own
the
top do not want us to be educated and grow. So why are they going to say, let us give better education and better careers? Why? So then everybody can come and uproot us from our political seats? These hippos want to stay in power and continue giving it to their family members. It's not education. We need a whole new constitution. Like Parliament, I'm sorry if this single Parliament needs to burn down, because the desperate are going to continue, and very soon it's going to be like the French Revolution. We say we're hungry and you say let them eat cake, we will burn your entire house down. And the military will not stop it, because the military too are desperate. Everybody's desperate. And some of them will not stand for the politicians.
They won't.
So it's sad because the desperation, because whenever I go, I now have to carry a knife. It's stupid, but it's saved me so many times. Small wallets.
You might need a cross too.
People aren't afraid anymore. People aren't afraid anymore.
The stuff we do to survive. The stuff we do to survive. I'm telling you, some of you're still. But anyway, didn't want to make it too long, but thanks, guys. If you have one more comment to wrap it up, and then we can take that. My goal is that if you're gonna go to Ghana, you're not going to live in isolation. Whatever that affects majority of the country, you're also exposed to that. So these things, at least we speak on them. So when we go there, we can prepare. And then you, wherever you are, you try to make a difference. Difference in your community. But you must stand up for the voiceless, right? Because a lot of people want to act like it's not their problem, but trust me, it may not be your problem, but your kids will become a victim of these things, or somebody you care about may be caught up in this madness. And so wherever your political affiliations are, we need to put pressure on these politicians to deliver, because I think time is running out. Because some of them, when you look in their eyes, man, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's just gone. Like they can't see next month. And when you put people into a condition that their back is against the wall, that they have nothing to lose, they will do things that is unthinkable. And that is what we are seeing. Kasoa, stuff happening all the time. Yes, the media is bringing it up. But soon, there's going to be a bunch of places. So So thank you everyone for coming in and share the discussions. I'm glad I didn't want to be alone here rambling.
Oh, Tony,
So
may I say something?
sure, go ahead.
So right now there's news that in Canada, this thing is nothing about Africa. Canada is 53% of families are $200 away from being bankrupt.
Mm.
And this thing is becoming worldwide desperation because of the lockdowns. So to all the people watching this, I understand people say find different ways of finding different streams of income, but this is now getting very serious because we're all maybe a few paychecks or salaries away from trying to figure out where we're living. And the only difference between here and Africa is there's at least a welfare check that you'll get, or child benefits. So we are actually no different from here in Africa. If we didn't get any of these things, we would be on the streets and probably try and find some next way. So to my to the followers of Tony, please start trying to find ways of having a second income, second business. Listen to his podcast. He talks about different business ideas and buying Bitcoin or different cryptocurrencies, because we're all living hand to mouth, just maybe a month or 2 months away. God doesn't know. We don't know where the next day will come from. So I've been talking to a lot of Canadians, white Canadians, and most of them going to family shelters right now because they don't know what to do. So it's not just back home where they're feeling the pinch. Desperation is coming worldwide, and I hope everybody can get ready.
It is.
Yeah.
And if you're watching, and if you guys really serious about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, reach out to me. We can set up something with buy Bitcoin. He's taught me a lot in that process, and then we can set something going that you can get the information. He has some. I have a bunch of stuff in crypto myself, because we want you to win, right? We want you to win. If I don't get a direct benefit, maybe you'll be able to pass down to my kids or something like that. So it goes around. So it's very, very important. What you said is very important. But thank you guys. This
right.
For you guys coming in and putting like great discussion and points and stuff. I appreciate all of you. So hopefully don't become strangers. Stuff. Next week we'll resume with some building stuff. Still getting some videos put together, maybe Thursday and stuff like that. But thank you. Let's
All
press
right.
this
Bye,
button for
everyone.
chance to deliver. All
Thank
right.
you,
Thank you
everybody.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.